Hi, welcome back to Dreamy Pisces channel. Just to get the little preliminaries out of the way, if you are here to view information that I have to give, I just want to say thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your life with me, because that's really what you're doing. You're spending a few minutes of your life with me. Nothing is coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. If you're interested, I'm on Instagram, Dreamy Pisces 80. You are interested in beaded jewelry, you can check out my website at www.dreamybeadsbysharonv.com. Check that out. Feel free to shop. Show me some love, show me some support, and I will provide you with a quality product from my heart. Today I wanted to take a second out to talk about relationships and the role that the woman plays in the relationship. It should be a positive role, but in a lot of cases it's not positive. Now, first, before I get started, I wanted to make a disclaimer in the video. When I'm talking about men in relationships, I'm not talking about the guy that stays on the couch all the time watching ESPN, or the guy that's in front of the PlayStation calling you in the kitchen saying to bring him something to drink or bring him something else to eat. I'm not talking about the guy that does not attain to your emotional and spiritual, mental, and physical needs. I'm not talking about that guy that's just so selfish that he can't get past himself, that he does not devote, the proper care and time to the relationship that he has with you. I'm not talking about those type of men. I just had to be clear, because a lot of times when we talk about relationships, we're not talking about like real men, because it's a lot of men out there that don't really know the concept of what a real man is, because they've never had a mentor. A lot of them don't have fathers. A lot of them were raised by, single mothers that probably did not instill, I'm not going to say good values, but I feel that a single mother, she can do an awesome job and a great job, but it was meant to be a mother and a father together raising the child, so they get that balance of the feminine principle as well as the masculine principle. When the masculine principle is removed, the family unit is off balance. But I want to talk to the women out there that have good men, like really, really great men. And even men, you might have a great man, but he might not be employed, or he might not fit the status quo of what a real, man is supposed to look like physically. Or he might be older than you, or he might be younger than you. It could be many different reasons, but I'm talking about today real men, the men that attain to our hearts, the men that attain to our minds. They pray with us. They urge us to be better women. They urge us to dig deep inside of ourselves to find out who we are. And they're strong, they're outgoing. I'm talking about those type of guys. I'm talking about those type of men that greet you with hello beautiful. They consider you as being a lady. They don't consider you as being an old lady, because a lot of guys say, this is my old lady. Don't call your lady an old lady. I'm talking about the men that go out of their way to make sure that you are taken care of, and it's not just financial. Because it's a lot of men out there that make a lot of money, and they feel that money is going to compensate and take care of the woman's emotional needs and her physical needs and her spiritual needs, and that's not the case. There are women right now that are sitting in big houses with men that provide financial stability, but they are not there to provide all of those other very, very, very much important aspects of a woman. If you've got a man that is loving and gentle and caring, and he takes time for you and with you, you really should nurture that man. You should lift him up, even if he's unemployed, or even if it's something, about him that you might not like, something about his looks, and you say, gosh, this was not the guy that I wanted to be with, or this was not the guy that I planned on being with. He doesn't look the part, but behind closed doors, he makes you laugh. He takes care of your heart. He lets you know that you are loved and you are appreciated. And all he does is lift you up. Now, if you are blessed to have that type of man in your life, as a woman, we have a great responsibility to nurture him. If he's hungry, you feed him. If he's thirsty, you give him something to drink. If he needs your help, you give it. And you don't give it with an attitude. And you don't give it with a rolling of your eyes. You don't give it with the me attitude. We can all be selfish at times. But I'm saying, if you've got like a really good man, a really good-hearted, good mind, that's really what it's about. But it's some things about him that, weigh the pros and cons. Look at all the good that he does. If the good list outweighs the bad list, and those other things on the bad list is something that you can work on and you can deal with and you can learn from each other, stick with him. Stick with him. Stick with him. If he's unemployed right now, and I'm sure that puts a strain on the relationship, because we do need finances in order to, excel to a degree in this life. But if he is unemployed, it's things that you can do. Number one, you can encourage him. That is the biggest fire lighter, is just to say, hey, I know you don't have a job right now, but I want to let you know that I see all the great things that you're doing. I appreciate you just for being who you are, with or without a job. That should not make the man who he is. If you're with the man because of his job, you don't really love him anyway. You have to love what's inside. And that's really hard for a lot of people, because we are taught as women, you marry a rich, handsome, tall, dark, and handsome man. Live happily ever after. But I'm going to tell you something. If you recall watching all of those fairy tale movies, and a lot of times we of brown skin tone did not play a role in those movies, but the story goes, the man comes in, the prince, he comes in, he rescues the princess out of the dungeon, he whisks her away, they get married, the end, happy ending. We never see what happens to her after it's all over. We don't see what happens. We don't know. But we base our perception of what a relationship should be off of cartoons. If you're looking through your spirit, through your heart at the person that you're with, you should be seeking a soul connection, a deeper connection. If you're having a hard time making that connection first, before letting a good man go, look at yourself and see, is it something that you might need to change? Because I guarantee you, if you are down on your guy, your man, all the time because he's not this and he's not that, and you're forgetting about all the awesome, wonderful things that he does, you're selling yourself short. If he doesn't have a job, help him to get a job. Look for jobs. Help him with the application. Send his resume off. We're supposed to be help mates, or what they call help meet. That means you help to meet the needs of your man, and in turn, your man helps to meet your needs. It's not one over the other. It's dual roles that go swing back and forth, back and forth. You help each other. It's teamwork. It's not I, it's us, it's we. And especially, when you've been hurt, it's hard to get that concept into your mind that it's a we, because all of the we's that came before this man, all the we's that came before this man, they were bad we's. And they were bad situations that hurt and bruised you. And now you don't trust. Now you're hard. Now you're bitter. Now you got a nasty attitude, and give him a whole lot of attitude, No man wants to hear a whole bunch of attitude all the time. You feel that you're entitled to be a you know what. And you're not. Nobody deserves to be treated poorly if you have a good man. Now, these jokers that's laying on your couch, eating up your food, driving your car while you're at work, and you say, hey, what you been doing all day? Nothing, just chilling. Oh, I kicked it with Rob. Or, I went to the bar, had some blunts, chilling, just chilling. If you're with a man that's just chilling, you don't need to be with that man. You need to be with a man that's working hard and diligent to build something for you, your children, your life, your soul. You need somebody that's going to lead you and not lead you in the wrong direction. I'm talking about lead you towards love, life, truth, a home for you and your kids. Sometimes you have to start at what it feels like is at the bottom and build your way up. That's the best process. Anything that I've received in life, fast and quick, boy, a saying that I came up with was, fools rush in and walk out limping. You might crawl out limping if you're lucky to get out of whatever situation you put yourself in. Don't be a fool. If you've got a good man, nurture him. If you don't like the way he dressed, help him to change his outfit. If you don't like his teeth and he decides he wants to get braces or whatever, y'all go in together. Help him to get braces or Invisalign. If you don't like his haircut, babe, it's a way to get them to do things. You just have to use a little honey. Men love honey. They love that. They love honey. Use your honey. Every woman has natural honey here and here. And it comes out here and it comes out in your actions. If you give back to him, especially if he is a deserving man, you give back to him, boy, he'll pour right back into you. And you'll get closer and you'll grow. But if you don't, you very well could lose your man, or you'll turn him into a punk. Because if I find that relationships where a woman that is bitter and hard to the core, and she ends up with this man, he might be a good man, but maybe a little soft, and they decide to stay together for whatever reason, and they stop working on their issues, and they just stay married just because. That's a horrible situation to be in for both individuals. Leave. Somebody leave. Do not stay married just because. If you're going to stay married, work on your relationship. But the first place that you have to start working is inside of yourself. Once you deal with yourself, then you can deal with him. Once you deal with yourself, then you can deal with her. It's a lot of people that's together right now that didn't deal with themselves, and now they're suffering. If you have a good man, love your man, encourage your man, show him that he's handsome and sexy, and you greet him in the morning with a text message, good morning, handsome, I just wanted to say have a great day, I love you. And boy, that lights his fire. Or you could not text him because you're in your feelings, or you could just ignore him, but it's going to be a backlash on you. You hurt him, you hurt yourself. So that's it. You guys, be nice to each other. Dig a little deeper inside and love yourself first, and then love the one that you're with. Peace.